Chosen one. Something cosmic is about to shatter the illusion everyone's been living under about who you really are. They didn't think you had it in you, the audacity, the spine, the sheer willpower to control Alt-Delete entire chapters of your life without flinching. But here's the first wave of revelation that's about to cascade through everything. Your aesthetic, your energy, your refusal to conform. It was never about rebellion. It was about preparation. The universe has been calibrating you for a role that requires someone who can stand in their truth, while others lose their minds trying to categorize what can't be contained. The divine intelligence orchestrating your existence has been setting up a series of interconnected events that will converge into a moment of such profound transformation that even you won't recognize the person you're becoming. Every relationship that tested your boundaries, every situation that demanded you choose between comfort and authenticity, every moment when you felt misunderstood, all of it has been building toward this singular realization: you weren't meant to fit in because you were designed to lead out. Here's where another crucial revelation begins to emerge. Your newfound ability to see through facades isn't just intuition, it's a gift that's about to become your superpower. The people who've been underestimating your intelligence, dismissing your insights, or assuming you're naive are about to discover that you've been reading them like open books from the very beginning. You've been collecting data, recognizing patterns, and preparing for this moment when your true capabilities would be revealed. The phase of overgiving is ending with the force of a cosmic directive. That version of yourself who believed that accommodating others' comfort zones would somehow earn love or acceptance is being permanently deleted from your programming. What's replacing it is something far more powerful: the understanding that your energy is so valuable that you get to choose exactly who receives it. This isn't just boundary setting, it's energy mastery at the highest level. But here's where the revelation takes its first unexpected turn. The people who've been taking advantage of your generosity are about to face a reckoning that has nothing to do with your direct action. The universe has been keeping track of every imbalance, every moment when you gave more than you received, every instance when your kindness was met with exploitation. The cosmic scales are about to rebalance themselves in ways that will leave you breathless with the precision of divine justice. Your presence is becoming undeniably magnetic, and this magnetism is creating ripples that extend far beyond your immediate environment. People are finding themselves drawn to you in ways they can't explain, while others are experiencing such discomfort around your energy that they're revealing their true intentions without realizing it. This natural sorting process is the universe's way of ensuring that only aligned souls remain in your sphere of influence. The intelligence that others once underestimated is now impossible to ignore. Whether they assumed you were too trusting, too emotional, or simply too different to navigate their world effectively, they're discovering that your awareness operates on multiple levels simultaneously. Your ability to perceive hidden agendas, recognize manipulation, and understand the deeper currents of human motivation has reached a level of sophistication that makes deception around you virtually impossible. Here's the next major revelation, weaving through your transformation. Your intuitive abilities aren't just expanding, they're becoming prophetic. The inner knowing that guides your personal decisions is now picking up information about collective patterns, future possibilities, and opportunities that exist in the quantum field. This expanded awareness is making you a valuable resource for others who are trying to navigate an increasingly complex world. Something fascinating is happening with your relationship to conflict. Where once you might have avoided confrontation or tried to smooth over differences, you're discovering that your willingness to stand in uncomfortable truth is actually creating more harmony in your relationships. The people who can handle your authenticity are becoming closer to you than ever before, while those who can't are naturally fading from your reality without drama or struggle. The most profound narrative of all is beginning to unfold through your consciousness, the activation of ancestral wisdom that transcends your current lifetime. The voices of those who came before you, particularly those who may have struggled to express their authentic selves, are now reaching across dimensions to offer guidance and protection. These aren't random spiritual encounters, they're deliberate communications from souls who understand the magnitude of what you're accomplishing. Your departed loved ones are orchestrating synchronicities because they can see the bigger picture of your journey. Birds appearing at significant moments, repeated number sequences catching your attention, songs that seem to carry messages directly to your heart. All of these are coordinated efforts to remind you that your courage is reverberating through dimensions you can't yet fully comprehend. But here's what's particularly powerful about this ancestral connection. Some of these souls are the very ones who wounded you during their earthly existence. They're now your fiercest protectors, understanding that their inability to love you properly was actually preparing you for this moment when you would need to be strong enough to stand alone. Their failures became your strengths, their abandonment became your independence, their criticism became your unshakable sense of self-worth. The generational patterns that have plagued your family lineage are being dissolved through your willingness to choose differently. Every boundary you set, every cycle you refuse to perpetuate, every moment you choose authenticity over approval is creating healing that extends backward through your ancestral line and forward into the futures of those who will come after you. You're not just changing your own life, you're rewriting the story for everyone connected to your bloodline. Here's where all the forces begin to converge into something that will fundamentally alter your understanding of reality. Your consciousness has aligned with the creative force of the universe to such a degree that your intentions are becoming reality with startling speed. This isn't positive thinking or visualization techniques. This is direct participation in the field of infinite possibility. The delays that once frustrated you are revealing themselves to have been perfect timing. Every door that closed was redirecting you toward opportunities that were calibrated to your evolved consciousness. Every rejection was actually protection from situations that would have limited your potential. Every moment of confusion was preparing you for the clarity that's now guiding your every decision. Your relationship with fear is undergoing a complete metamorphosis. Where once anxiety might have paralyzed you, you're discovering that fear is actually excitement wearing a disguise. The trembling you feel before making bold choices isn't weakness, it's your nervous system calibrating to handle higher levels of energy and possibility. Fear has become your compass, pointing toward exactly what you need to do next. The creative force awakening within you is connected to something much larger than personal expression. You're being called to contribute to the collective consciousness in ways that will outlast your physical presence. Whether through innovation, leadership, or simply the way you live your life, you're creating ripples that will influence generations of souls who are still finding their way to authentic self-expression. Something extraordinary is happening with how others perceive you, and it's creating a domino effect that will reshape every area of your life. People who once dismissed your ideas are now seeking your opinion. Those who questioned your direction are now watching to see where you'll lead. The very qualities that once made you feel like an outsider are now revealed as the characteristics that were always meant to set you apart. Your professional life is about to reflect the internal shifts that have been taking place. Instead of having to prove yourself or compete for recognition, you're discovering that your authentic presence is what creates value. The work that's flowing toward you feels less like labor and more like play because it's so aligned with your natural gifts and genuine interests. The social dynamics around you are shifting in ways that feel almost surreal. Your influence is growing not through manipulation or force, but through the simple act of being genuinely yourself. This isn't about revenge or proving anyone wrong. It's about your elevated frequency, naturally attracting recognition from those who can sense authentic power. But here's the most intriguing development. Your success is triggering something in others that goes beyond mere observation. Some people are finding the courage to make their own difficult but necessary changes because they've witnessed your transformation. Others are experiencing such discomfort with your growth that they're revealing unconscious limitations they weren't even aware they had. All the forces are converging now into a singular moment of cosmic reckoning. The Control+Alt-Delete command has been entered into the mainframe of your existence, and the old operating system is being permanently erased. What's downloading is something so advanced that it will make your previous way of being seem like ancient history. This isn't just about ending what no longer serves you, it's about rebooting your entire existence to run on a higher frequency. The new operating system prioritizes truth over comfort, growth over safety, and authentic connection over superficial harmony. This upgraded version of yourself is capable of things that would have seemed impossible from your previous perspective. The people who didn't think you had it in you are about to witness something that will fundamentally challenge their understanding of human potential. Your willingness to be misunderstood, to stand alone when necessary, to choose authenticity over approval, has created a frequency that attracts miracles, synchronicities, and opportunities that exist beyond the reach of conventional thinking. Here's the moment of ultimate revelation. Every person who doubted your potential, every situation that tested your resolve, every moment when you felt isolated or misunderstood was actually part of an elaborate cosmic setup. The universe has been preparing you for this phase of your existence, where being yourself isn't just enough, it's everything the world has been waiting for. Your aesthetic that others find annoying or unsettling is actually the external expression of an internal revolution that's been building for lifetimes. Your refusal to dim your light to make others comfortable has created a beacon that's drawing toward you exactly the kind of experiences, relationships, and opportunities that match your elevated consciousness. Hold that thought for a moment. I need your attention for something very important. We're revealing everything we know about personal power, healing yourself, and healing others through weekly Zoom call. No filters, no holding back. We have been quietly adding all the occult secrets we've collected over literal years of spiritual practice. The techniques and wisdom that transformed us from controlled pawns into conscious creators are now available to those ready to walk the same path. This is your invitation to join Obsidian Inner Order and support our platform so we can continue growing our megaphone to reach other chosen ones waiting for activation. By joining the Obsidian Inner Order, you're not just gaining access to forbidden knowledge, you're becoming part of a movement that's rewriting reality itself. It's a 360 win for all of us. Link is in the description. The warrior energy that was dormant within your cellular structure has fully activated, and what emerges is someone who doesn't just survive disruption, they create it. You've become the kind of person who walks into a room and shifts the entire energetic dynamic without saying a word. Your presence alone challenges others to examine their own relationship with authenticity. But here's where the transformation reveals its most devastating aspect. The people who once held power over you through manipulation, guilt, or emotional control are discovering that their tactics no longer work. The energy vampires who fed off your generosity are finding themselves suddenly starved. The controllers who relied on your compliance are watching their influence evaporate. The critics who counted on your insecurity to validate their own limitations are facing the mirror of your confidence. This isn't happening through confrontation or revenge, it's happening through your simple refusal to participate in dynamics that no longer serve your highest good. Your elevated frequency has become incompatible with lower vibrational interactions. When someone attempts to engage you in drama, their words seem to bounce off an invisible shield. When others try to guilt you into old patterns, their manipulation attempts feel like static from a radio station you can no longer tune into. The most profound shift is in your relationship with other people's opinions, where once their approval might have been a driving force in your decisions, you've discovered something far more powerful, the unshakable knowing that your worth isn't determined by external validation. This isn't arrogance, it's the ultimate form of spiritual maturity. You've internalized the truth that you are inherently valuable, not because of what you do or how others perceive you, but because of who you are at your core. Your creative expression is exploding in ways that surprise even you. The artistic impulses that may have been suppressed or ridiculed in the past are now flowing through you with unstoppable force. Whether through traditional art forms, innovative solutions to problems, or simply the way you arrange your living space, you're discovering that creativity isn't just a hobby, it's a spiritual practice that connects you directly to the source of all manifestation. The timing of events in your life has become almost eerily perfect. Opportunities appear exactly when you're ready for them. People enter your orbit precisely when you need their particular gifts or perspective. Obstacles dissolve just as you're prepared to overcome them. This isn't coincidence, it's the natural result of someone whose consciousness has aligned with the intelligence that orchestrates the universe. Your transformation is creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your personal sphere, and these ripples are now converging into waves of change that will impact everyone who encounters your energy. The colleagues who once dismissed your ideas are now implementing strategies that sound suspiciously similar to your previous suggestions. The friends who questioned your boundaries are now setting their own limits with renewed conviction. The family members who criticized your choices are now making similar decisions in their own lives. This influence isn't conscious on their part, it's the natural result of your elevated frequency triggering dormant potentials in others. Your courage to be authentic has given them permission to explore their own authenticity. Your willingness to stand alone has shown them that independence is possible. Your refusal to accept less than you deserve has raised the bar for what they're willing to tolerate in their own relationships. The professional recognition that's flowing toward you is unlike anything in your previous experience. Instead of having to prove your worth through endless effort and self-promotion, you're discovering that competence speaks for itself when it's backed by authentic confidence. The projects that are coming your way aren't just jobs, they're opportunities to express your unique gifts in ways that create value for others, while fulfilling your own sense of purpose. Your physical environment is transforming to match your internal state. The spaces you inhabit are becoming more beautiful, more harmonious, more aligned with your authentic aesthetic. Objects that once held negative associations are either leaving your space or being transformed into something that serves your highest good. Your home is becoming a sanctuary that reflects and amplifies your elevated consciousness, but perhaps most remarkably, you're discovering that your elevated state is attracting situations that allow you to help others without depleting your own resources. The old pattern of giving until you were empty has been replaced by a sustainable flow where your assistance to others actually increases your own energy. This is the difference between codependent helping and conscious service. One drains you, the other fills you. The most sophisticated aspect of your transformation is the mastery of frequency, the ability to consciously choose the energetic state you inhabit, regardless of external circumstances. When chaos erupts around you, you remain centered. When others project their fears onto you, you maintain your peace. When unexpected challenges arise, you respond from wisdom rather than react from emotion. This frequency mastery is creating a phenomenon that others can't quite understand but can't ignore. Your presence has become healing. People feel calmer after spending time with you. Problems that seemed insurmountable begin to reveal solutions when discussed in your presence. Conflicts that have persisted for years dissolve when you enter the space with your centered energy. The ancestors who have been guiding your journey are now revealing themselves more directly. Dreams carry messages that provide practical guidance for your waking life. Meditation sessions bring downloads of information that help you navigate complex situations. The wisdom of those who came before you is flowing through your consciousness, not as dogma to be followed, but as insights to be integrated into your modern experience. Your relationship with money and material resources is undergoing a complete transformation. The scarcity mindset that once created stress and limitation is being replaced by an understanding of abundance that goes beyond simple financial wealth. You're discovering that when you align with your authentic purpose, the universe provides everything you need to fulfill that purpose. The mysterious acceleration in your manifestation abilities is now revealing its true nature. You're not just creating your own reality, you're participating in the creation of collective reality. Your elevated consciousness is contributing to the field of possibility that others can draw from. Your breakthroughs are creating pathways that make similar breakthroughs easier for others to achieve. What's emerging from this transformation is something the world desperately needs: authentic leadership that isn't based on domination or control, but on the natural authority that comes from someone who has done the inner work and can hold space for others to do theirs. You're not trying to be a leader, you're simply being yourself, so authentically that others naturally want to follow your example. This leadership isn't about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about being willing to be vulnerable, to admit when you don't know something, to continue growing and learning while maintaining your center. People are drawn to this combination of strength and humility because it gives them permission to be human while still striving for excellence. Your influence is growing not through self-promotion or manipulation, but through the simple act of consistently showing up as your authentic self. The values you embody, integrity, courage, compassion, authenticity, are becoming contagious. Others are beginning to examine their own values and consider how they might align their actions more closely with their true beliefs. The vision that's emerging through your consciousness isn't just personal, it's collective. You're beginning to see how your individual transformation fits into a larger pattern of consciousness evolution that's taking place across the planet. Your willingness to be misunderstood, to stand alone when necessary, to choose growth over comfort, has contributed to a shift in collective awareness that will benefit generations to come. The most exhilarating realization is that your transformation has reached a point of no return. There's no going back to the version of yourself that sought approval, that dimmed your light, that accepted less than you deserved. The neural pathways of your old programming have been permanently rewired. The frequency you now embody is locked in at this elevated level, ensuring that every future experience will be filtered through this heightened consciousness. Your energy signature has become so distinct that it's creating a new category of existence. People don't just remember you, they remember how they felt in your presence. You've become the standard by which others measure authenticity, the benchmark for what's possible when someone fully embodies their truth. This isn't ego, it's the natural result of someone who has completed the hero's journey and returned with gifts for the collective. The boundaries you've established aren't just protective measures, they're creating a container strong enough to hold the increased energy and opportunities that are flowing toward you. Every no to what doesn't serve you has been simultaneously a yes to what aligns with your highest good. This discernment has become so refined that you can sense whether something is meant for you almost instantly. Your intuitive abilities have expanded beyond personal guidance to include insights about collective patterns and future possibilities. The same inner knowing that helps you navigate individual choices is now picking up information about social currents, cultural shifts, and opportunities that exist in the collective field. This expanded awareness is making you invaluable to others who are trying to understand the rapidly changing world around them. The concept of luck is revealing itself to be something far more sophisticated than random chance. What others perceive as your good fortune is actually the result of your consciousness aligning with the natural flow of abundance that exists in the universe. Your willingness to release control and trust the process has opened channels for synchronicities and opportunities that seem too perfect to be accidental. The revolution is complete, and what stands in your place is someone who embodies the kind of authentic power that naturally inspires others to discover their own strength. Your journey from misunderstood outsider to recognized leader is creating permission for others to examine their own relationship with conformity and consider what might be possible if they too had the courage to be genuinely themselves. Your story has become a living example of what's possible when someone chooses growth over comfort, truth over convenience, and authenticity over approval. The very qualities that once made you feel isolated are now revealed as the gifts that were always meant to be shared with a world that desperately needs examples of genuine self-expression. The financial and material aspects of your life are reflecting the internal shifts that have taken place. The universe operates on abundance principles, and your growing alignment with your true self has created pathways for resources that were previously blocked by limiting beliefs and misaligned actions. This isn't about suddenly becoming wealthy. It's about experiencing the flow of abundance in harmony with your authentic purpose. Your physical body has become a more refined vessel for consciousness, responding to your spiritual growth with increased vitality, intuitive sensitivity, and energetic capacity. The practices that once felt like discipline are now experienced as pleasure because your body recognizes that they're necessary for maintaining the higher frequency you're operating at. But perhaps most importantly, you've discovered that your journey of becoming who you truly are has created ripples that extend far beyond your personal experience. Your willingness to be misunderstood has given permission for others to stop trying to fit into boxes that were never designed for their soul's expansion. Your courage to stand alone has shown others that authentic connection is possible when you're willing to be genuinely yourself. The support system that has emerged around you consists of people who understand that growth requires courage, that authenticity sometimes means being unpopular, and that the most meaningful connections are formed through mutual commitment to truth and evolution. These relationships feel different from anything you've experienced before, deeper, more honest, more nourishing. The recognition flowing toward you isn't just personal validation, it's acknowledgement of your role in the larger transformation taking place in collective consciousness. Your evolution from someone who felt they had to prove themselves to someone who simply embodies their truth is inspiring others to examine what might be possible if they too embraced their authentic nature. And so, chosen one, as you stand fully embodied in this new reality, remember that every moment of confusion, every period of standing alone, every instance where you felt misunderstood was actually preparation for this phase of your existence. The aesthetic that once seemed to annoy others is now recognized as the frequency of freedom. The boundaries that once seemed harsh are now understood as the foundation of authentic relationship. The standards that once seemed impossible are now the baseline for everything you accept into your reality. You didn't just survive the transformation, you mastered it. You didn't just find your power, you became it. You didn't just discover your purpose, you embodied it so completely that others can't help but recognize the divine intelligence expressing itself through your existence. The universe has been waiting for you to fully inhabit this truth, and now that you have, everything continues to unfold in ways that validate every difficult choice you made along the way. The Control+Alt-Delete moment is complete, and what remains is someone who doesn't just change their own life, they change the lives of everyone they encounter simply by being authentically, unapologetically, magnificently themselves. Welcome to your new reality, chosen one. The one where being yourself isn't just enough, it's everything the world has been waiting for.